All right, we are live on YouTube and also simulcasting live on Facebook. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Glad you can all join me on this late Sunday evening. If you're on the West Coast, if you're pretty much anywhere else, it is already Monday. Good Monday to you. For those of you that were celebrating Father's Day earlier today, happy Father's Day to each and every one of you. That's a dad out there. Or if you have a dad, whether he's still around or not. My father passed away 12 years ago, but I still celebrate Father's Day each and every year in his memory. He is the man that made me. He's my creator, along with my mother as well, who's still around. But my father is the man that taught me how to be a man, which is why I'm able to come out here and do what I do here today. Now, hopefully the YouTube server, live streaming server, does not have any issues tonight like it did last night. I'll be keeping an eye on that. So hopefully it's going to be good. But before we get to everything here tonight, let me first of all make sure that the YouTube notification has gone out on the YouTube side of things. And it absolutely has. And let me also check out the back end of YouTube and make sure that we're rolling smoothly, and we absolutely are. Once again, we're also simulcasting live on Facebook, and I do not seem to be getting any error messages on Facebook. And the little video is popping up on the bottom right tonight. Everything seems to be rolling smoothly. I think last night, the YouTube servers were extremely overloaded. I guess a lot of people were live streaming, as they typically are going to do on Saturday nights, because we're still in this COVID thing. Even though many of us have been vaccinated and it's gotten a lot better, people are still staying in and they're live streaming and they're clogging up the servers, right? And when I want to broadcast in high quality 1080p at 60 frames per second at 30 megabits per second because of a fiber line, it affects me from streaming at my max quality level. So I'm hoping tonight we're going to roll smoothly because I have a very good show here. But let me also just make sure that on the Facebook side of things, it looks good and sounds good. We're at the top of the newsfeed. And when I want to broadcast in high quality things, it looks good and sounds good. Yes. Okay. So far, so good. And my buddy, Queen Helen Casey, she probably went to bed early tonight, but who knows? She may just pop on in here at any moment saying, "You're good. The Queen is here and you're good," right? Anyway, one more piece of business before we get down to business. This channel on the YouTube side of things, Facebook, and my business in general is sponsored by Troy Brewer. He is the CEO, founder, and owner of the Discover Community Network. If you need any branding or marketing, or if you need any products or services for your business or many other aspects, Troy Brewer is the man to deal with, especially if you are seeking branding and marketing for your business. There's nobody better at branding and marketing that I know of than Troy Brewer, who's the best in the business at the most reasonable prices as well. He's not going to chop off both of your arms and your legs, or he's not going to make you chop off both of your arms and your legs to use his services. So he's very reasonably priced and he's very, very good. So if you'd like to find out more information about Troy Brewer and the Discover Community Network on the YouTube side of things, please go below the description about a third of the way down, and you'll see the link to the main site, discovercommunitynetwork.com, plus one of their many subsidiaries, the DC Internet Radio Network. If you're on Facebook, go to the Facebook search bar and just type in Discover Community Network, and that'll take you to their main Facebook business page. And from there, you'll find out about everything else and how to also connect with Troy. Whether you're on the website or on the Facebook business pages, you can find out how to connect with Troy. Or if you would prefer a personal intro to Troy through me, and you want a little extra hand-holding, no problem. You can email me at Coach Eli at coacheli@eliasmelas.com. That link is below the description of the YouTube side of things and also in the Facebook description section. And I'll do a 3-way email introduction between you, Troy, and myself. And we can even set up a, brief free consultation That can also include me if you'd like me to be on that call as well, or you can just do it with Troy yourself. Once again, Troy, thank you very much for your continued sponsorship and patronage of this channel on YouTube, Facebook, and my business in general. Lots of love from Coach Eli and the Coach Eli clan. All right. So far, so good. Don't count your chickens, Eli, before they hatch. And I'm looking at my OBS screen, and I really, really love this background tonight with this bridge. It's a beautiful, beautiful image. My camera's been dialed in to capture a beautiful, crisp image of me. We've got the chat over here on the right, the mic down here. I've got to say, folks, I'm very thrilled and very humbled at the same time. I've always been one man that strives to accomplish greatness for myself. This is in a non-selfish way, but maybe this will motivate you folks to, work as hard and smart as necessary to accomplish what you want to accomplish. Despite where my business is at financially or my YouTube or Facebook numbers are at, that doesn't matter, at this point, because I'm pretty proud. I'm proud of myself, and I'm not trying to be selfish in saying that. I'm pretty proud and happy to see how far along this has come from a quality standpoint, audio and video. And I've also been working on bettering my delivery, changing things up a little bit that, are going to work better for each and every one of you. And I just want you folks to know that, hey, if there's anything I can help you accomplish in life, regardless of what it is, if you're struggling with something that you've always wanted to, make happen for yourself, I would love to help you in any way possible. And I'm going to do this once again because every time I do this, not a lot of people take me up on it. And I'm still fairly new, even though I've been doing this for a while. Not a lot of people know about me because my social media presence has not exploded to a level yet where a lot of people will know me. So I'm going to do this again. I'm going to give away 10 free 30-minute phone coaching sessions. So if there's something that you're struggling with, that you've always wanted to accomplish, and you've tried and tried to make it happen, whatever it is, many times, or maybe it's several things, right? I would love to talk with you about it privately, behind the scenes. We can do it through Skype. We can do it through Google Hangouts, or we can even do it by phone if you'd like. I can definitely give you my business phone number if we decide to connect. My phone coaching sessions are audio only. They are not audio and video. I don't feel it's necessary to do video on, coaching business calls. That's the way I do them. So if you're interested and you're serious, obviously, I've had some trolls in the past try to set up phone coaching sessions with me. I can tell if you're real or not. If you're a real person and you're interested in a free 30-minute phone coaching session, please email me at coacheli@coacheliasmelas.com. Again, that link is below in the description, about a third of the way down, or maybe a little bit below a third of the way down on the YouTube side of things, and it's also within the Facebook description. All right. So tonight, I'm not going to be on too terribly long. I'm going to get right to this because this is a very interesting subject. Regarding a Reddit article or a Reddit posting I came along earlier today. I was only going to do the walking stream I did earlier, but after I saw this posting and I read it, I was like, wow. I was like, it's unbelievable to me, how far some modern day women will take things to get what they want. Again, like I've been saying all along, I'm very proud of women for working hard and fighting for equal rights and getting equal rights and becoming liberated. I'm proud that women can go out there nowadays and, be independent, equal pay for equal work, make good money, buy their own homes, buy their own cars, not need a man to survive like they used to need back in the days of traditionalism. I can't even talk. I see you in the chat, Adelaide, and I was getting distracted with my verbiage. Adelaide's advice addict, welcome to the show. Hi, going to bed now, but wanted to just say hi. Well, hello, Adelaide. I will reach out to you and Lewis tomorrow, shortly after I get up and make my coffee. I don't know what time that's going to be. I may work a little bit late tonight on some other things, so it may not be until later morning or early afternoon in your neck of the woods. I'd probably say reach out to you around 1 or 2 o'clock your time, which is 11 a.m. or 12 noon my time. But thank you. Thank you for stopping by. So, like I was saying, it just makes me wonder, how much more do many, or if not most, modern day women, how much more do they want? You ladies have the same equal rights that men have always had. We are all equal from a legal standpoint. We have the same exact opportunities, right? But for some women, that's not good enough. And they have to play games to get what they want. And when I saw this story on Reddit about a woman, let me just read the topic here, and you'll understand it. The topic is, men, don't ever let anyone devalue who you are. Just continue being you, in parentheses. One more time, the topic is, men, don't ever let anyone devalue who you are. Just continue being you, in parentheses. And on the thumbnail that you clicked in to view this show, it says, intentionally devalue a man to keep him around. One more time. Intentionally devalue a man to keep him around. You heard that right. This is what this story is about. It's about a woman that intentionally was devaluing her man to his face so that way he could stay around and not trade her in for a hotter woman. Wow. And why did this woman do this? Let me just get to this article here, because I'm going to read this, do my commentary, and then I'm going to read some of the comments. There's like 300 comments on this Reddit thread, to the point of where the moderators had to lock it out. So let's just do this, okay? Let's just switch over to the browser source. And let's just get right to it. The Reddit posting is titled, My Male 23. So he's saying that he's 23, a 23-year-old male. Girlfriend, who's a 24-year-old female, 1 year older than him. That could be part of the issue. But, 1 year or less than a year apart, you're still at the same level. But she's older. She should be wiser, actually, to be honest with you. Said she needs to keep my self-esteem low, or I will leave her because I'm good looking behind my back. What should I do? Like I've said before, women are emotional beings. Women respond to everything emotionally based on how they're feeling in the present moment, right? So women are going to have natural insecurities that are normal. But this is above and beyond. Like, this is seriously like some messed up shit, to be honest with you. But who is really to blame? I mean, obviously, she's the one that did this, so she's the one to blame. But was she influenced, and who influenced her? What happens when you get a bunch of girls together and you start talking about guys? It's all a bunch of gibberish, hogwash, right? Drama, 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 right? Women love drama. Let me read this one more time. My girlfriend, he's a male 23, girlfriend, who's a female 24-year-old female, that is, said she needs to keep my self-esteem low or I'll leave her because I'm good looking. Behind my back, what should I do? So this woman is worried that because she perceives her man to be better looking than her, so she feels that, he could easily replace her with another woman. And man, the truth of the matter is, you're right. But what type of integrity does your man have? And what type of integrity do you have? Let's read and find out. So if we scroll down, it's interesting. It says, this post has reached one of our comment karma limits. The text of the post has been preserved below. So apparently, I guess there's some rule on Reddit where after a certain amount of, I guess maybe negative comments or something. I don't know what they mean by comment karma limits. I don't spend a lot of time on Reddit. I should learn more about it. It's a great way to promote stuff. I guess, there's some limitation to this posting. But anyway, let's scroll down and continue. Give me a second here. So I've been dating my girlfriend for nearly a year. She has a group with her girlfriends on WhatsApp. We have a mutual friend there. So it's a drama yap, yak type group, right? Where a bunch of girls get together and talk smack about guys, right? And you give each other advice on how to handle your boyfriend or how to keep him around or how to keep him in check, right? Or control him, right? Wow. Two people, a man and a woman in their early 20s here, early to mid 20s. Tail end millennial, early on Gen Zers. Wow. Her friends told her I'm attractive by society standards and that she should keep my self-confidence low so I wouldn't leave her for a hotter girl. You have a group of young women that just love to yak, right? Are telling this woman that has a great relationship for 1 year with a good man that's attractive and has a high level of integrity, right? And they're basically telling her to treat your man like crap so he doesn't realize how valuable he is and he never leaves you. The games that these women have to play nowadays, at least they think they have to play these games, but more and more men are waking up thanks to YouTube and Reddit and the internet and all that. More and more men, as we red pill more and more men nowadays, less of this crap is going to happen. I'd say over the next 5 to 10 years, we're gonna red pill the majority of men, and we're gonna flip this thing around. Because let me tell you, what's happening between men and women nowadays is preposterous. It's absolutely preposterous. But it allows you to make great content. It gives you plenty of content to discuss, right? She agreed and said, I've been indirectly telling him he looks horrible and no one would date him other than her, and that I've been getting approached a lot in parties, and I think he misspelled a few things, finding a way to make me stop going to them, and that she'll never find someone as attractive. And then they cracked a few jokes about the good-looking ones always have low self-esteem. There were also 2 similar voice messages. Wow. So your woman's been with you for a year. There's no woman that's going to be with a man for a year unless she's really interested in him at a high level. So why would she do this to try to sabotage the great relationship you both have, which is rare. It's hard to find a good relationship nowadays, right? Furthermore, let's just scroll down here. I'm devastated. I can't believe she thinks about me like this. I've been struggling with self-esteem since childhood because of problems in my family. What should I do? It sounds like you're working through your self-esteem issues, bro. If you have the balls enough to come out to a public platform and ask for help, that's the best thing you could do, bro. I'm proud of you. For a 23-year-old dude to be this mature and to handle this maturely, respectfully, and professionally, bro, I'm going to give you a big round of applause, bro. I'm going to give you a big, huge round of applause. Because there are guys in their 40s or 50s that wouldn't reach out for help. I'm proud of you, dude. This is the right thing to do. I've been working on myself, and I think it makes sense to believe she is the one who has been stopping me from improving. Well, yes, that is true, but she's being highly influenced by her friends. Her friends are actually not real true friends, because real true friends would never tell any one of their other friends to treat a guy like this. Oh, we want you to treat this guy like shit so he doesn't know how hot he is, so that way he never dumps you for a hotter woman. How immature is that for any woman, let alone any man to act? Any man or woman acting or behaving that way is extremely immature. So yeah, dude, she's been trying to stop you from bettering yourself because her friends have led her to believe that if you continue to improve, because she already sees you as a high value, attractive, very attractive man, she feels if you continue to improve that you're going to get rid of her and find someone more attractive, right? And what she doesn't realize is that you're happy with her because you liked her personality, at least when you were together with her. You enjoyed spending time with her. She was probably easygoing, right? And while she may not have been the hottest woman, she was average to reasonably attractive, right? And to me, as a guy, like, I'm not as picky as I was when I was in my teens and early 20s. Sounds like you're the same way like me. I would rather be with an average-looking woman that's reasonably height-weight proportionate. If she's a little thick, no problem, as long as she takes care of herself. And most importantly, she has a great personality with a big heart. And she's very kind, caring, considerate, loyal, and faithful. And respectful, right? This woman is flat out disrespecting you because she thinks if she leads you to believe that you're not as good as you actually are, that you'll stick around with her. Because that's what her friends are brainwashing her to do. The girls' club. Wow. Update. Wow. I didn't think this would get a lot of attention because it is not a typical crazy Reddit story or situation, but thanks everyone. I made the decision to break up. Thank God it happened before she moved in. Well, that's good, dude. So you're going to have this woman move in with you. And you found out about this before you had her move in. And typically, I've made that mistake before, bro. I've allowed an ex-girlfriend or girlfriend at the time to move in with me. I had to add her onto the lease. And let me tell you something. When I had to kick her out because she couldn't do her part anymore, and she was an alcoholic and she was doing drugs, it was very hard to get her off the lease. So good for you for figuring this out long before it caused you more issues than it already did. I'm actually very proud. I've always tried to be loving and kind in my relationships. Nothing wrong with that, bro. The problem with that nowadays is that most women out there nowadays, I don't know, don't appreciate kindness from a man. Most women out there nowadays play very hard to get, even if you're the perfect man for them, right? It's one of those eras now where finding a really decent woman that is mentally and emotionally in tune, is down to earth, is easygoing, is more feminine than masculine, right? Exudes more feminine energy than masculine energy, and is loyal and faithful, and respects and appreciates you, and is not going to try to devalue you, such as your ex-woman did, because her friends influenced her to do that. A good woman is not going to allow anyone to influence her at that level to do something that's stupid. Now, to a certain extent, it's great to have friends and talk things over. But a good friend would never, ever, ever tell you to play games with your boyfriend just to keep him around and to devalue him. Why would any woman want to be with a man, let alone respect a man, that she can disrespect, especially if the guy put up with it? And it sounds like this guy picked up on it. He had enough, and he put out a Reddit posting, got some responses, and then did the right thing. But I guess most are always going to hurt me, boost their ego, and keep me down no matter what. It's a game, dude. You're a good dude. And they're jealous of you. Let me tell you something. I bet you that this woman's friends wish they could be with you. They were jealous of your relationship with her, and your relationship with her was taking time away from their friendship. You see, my friends used to pull that shit on me when I was younger. I mentioned this on my stream yesterday. My friends used to try to sabotage myself and my relationships because they got less of my time. Obviously, if you're dating someone, you're going to focus most of your time on your relationship, and then you're still going to spend some time with your friends. But it's not going to be like it was back in high school and in our younger days, where we spent all of our time, or the majority of our time, with our friends. When you get to a certain age, you have to understand that your relationship, your dating relationship, your marriage, your family is going to come first. And then when you have some spare time, you spend it with your friends. And good friends are going to understand that and appreciate that, and they're not going to try to sabotage your relationship in any way just because they think it'll give them more time with you. I think that's pretty pathetic. I think that's what these women were trying to do. I think these women were jealous of her friend's relationship. They brainwashed her to believe that, oh, this guy's so attractive according to society standards that if you don't kick him down, if you don't bring him down a notch or two and tell him that he's a piece of garbage, right, he's going to leave you for a hotter chick. So anyway, Lewis just messaged me. I am live on the air. Talk with you tomorrow. Maybe Lewis will pop on by. I just gave you a like. I shared you out. Right, Lewis? All right. Let's continue here. Let me check out Facebook real quick and see if anything's happening in the chat. Hey, Adelaide's on Facebook too, and so is Outback Andy. Happy Sunday, Outback and Adelaide on Facebook. Awesome. Awesome. Everything seems to be running smoothly tonight. So far, so good. No issues on either end. Okay. Thanks for the advice, everyone. I know I need a man up. I think you meant to say, I know I need to man up and not be emotional, but it hurts, man. I'll make an update when we break up. Listen, dude, you've already manned up more than you know, bro. I'll be the first guy to call any man a big freaking sissy. I'm going to put it politely. I used to say a BFP, but I don't want to get demonetized, and I'm trying to be a better person. Dude, like I said, I'd be the first guy to call you or any other man out for being a big freaking sissy. To me, dude, you've exuded masculinity and strength. And, for you to have the balls to put this out there publicly and get advice and then, update people. And if they didn't shut the thread down, you would have probably updated us. You'd probably broken up with this woman by now. I'll tell you, dude, I respect that. And let me say this, like I've said before. When you say, I know I need to man up, bro, you have been manning up. This is masculine energy at its core right here, bro. Masculine energy, also, it's normal as a masculine man to have emotional moments. That's masculine, right? If you're completely emotionally closed off, even as a masculine man, you're not a masculine man. A masculine man is still going to have emotions, but he's going to have a good grip on his emotions. And he's not going to be overly emotional. He's not going to respond to everything such as women respond normally, because biologically, like I've been saying, women respond to everything emotionally based on how they're feeling in the present moment. Like if you were doing everything at an emotional level in each moment, then I would say you need to man up. But no, dude, if you show emotion at times that call for anyone to show emotion, whether you're a man or a woman, that's masculine, bro. This would hurt any guy. I'm 47 years old. I'm very experienced at dating. This would hurt me. I wouldn't be surprised because I've pretty much dealt with and seen everything that any woman could do, right? I've experienced everything. So I'm not shocked or surprised. But if I invested a year into a woman and then all of a sudden this happened to me where, I found out that her friends were telling her to intentionally, criticize me in a fake way because I'm too attractive and she feared losing me. I mean, I'd be disappointed too. I'd be done with that woman. I'd have one conversation with her actually, and I'd say, look, if you continue doing this, I'm going to walk. I love you. I care for you. I think you're amazing. But who's putting you up to this? Your friends? Or do you actually feel this way? Okay? And let me tell you something. You're the hottest woman in the world to me. I don't care if your friends think I'm so hot that I might leave you for a hotter woman. I don't think I'm any better than you, and you're no better than me. And we work well together, right? That's how I would handle it. So I would say, hey, look, babe, cut the bullshit out. I love you. Do you love me? Yes. Then let's continue and let's cut the crap out. And maybe you should reconsider, your friends. I'm not telling you who to be friends with and who to not be friends with, but maybe you should reconsider your friendships with people that are giving you crappy advice and are trying to destroy something you really care for, right? That's what a man would do. A man would come out and stand up and make sense out of it in a way where the woman's going to be, yeah, that makes sense, babe. I'm so sorry, right? And next thing you know, you call her out. She feels down. She feels sad. She feels like she hurt you or tried to hurt you, but she's turned on at the same time because you're being a man, right? And then she comes over and tries to grab you, right? Next thing you know, you grab her. It's okay, babe. Let's move on from this, all right? And then you just start kissing her, and then she gets turned on because she feels like she was about to lose you. But then when you start kissing her, she feels hope again, and then she gets turned on, and you have some great sex, right? Isn't it funny how that works? It's funny how that works, huh? Hey, Lewis, how you doing? Good evening, Eli. I just gave you a like. Welcome to the show, bro. I'm going to step away and take a quick break so I can refill my coffee, and then I'm going to come back probably for another maybe 30 minutes or so, and read some of these comments because they're very interesting. So let me just cue up some royalty-free YouTube music, and then we'll get right to it. Let me get back to the full screen. Hey, Lewis, do you like the background tonight? Isn't this pretty cool, bro? Isn't it beautiful? Life is great. When you've got a grip on your life and you let nothing affect you, despite what happens. Life is beautiful, whether you're single or you're with a great partner in life. It's much better when you have someone in life, in my opinion, but when you're happy with yourself either way, it doesn't matter. Life is great because I say it's great, at least for myself, that is. You should tell yourself the same thing, or yourselves the same thing. I'm doing good, says Lewis. All right, let's cue up that music. Let's cue it up. Cue it up, baby. Let's just play some really, really cool songs here. Do-do-do-do. Okay, we're all set. We're all set. Okay, music is all queued up. I'm going to step away for a short break. When we return, I'm going to go through some of the comments regarding this interesting article I've been going over on Reddit regarding tonight's topic, which is men. Don't ever let anyone don't ever let anyone devalue. That's right, devalue who you are. Just continue being you. So stick around. We'll be right back. We're back. We're going to just scratch it and get right back down to business. All right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube and also simulcasting live on Facebook. Tonight we've been discussing men. Don't ever let anyone devalue who you are. Just continue being you. One more time. Men, don't ever let anyone devalue who you are. Just continue being you. Be yourself. And the right people that will respect and appreciate you for who you are will naturally come into your life. And the wrong people will just get filtered out. You know, just like some people that like to troll YouTube chats. And Lewis, I'll just mention this very briefly before I get back here to this Reddit article. You're like, good call, Eli. Sometimes it's hard to tell if they're trolls or not. Yeah, and here's the thing, Lewis. I've said this and I'll say it again. This is my advice to you or any other YouTuber that runs live streams, or even if you put out pre-recorded videos and you get negative comments in your comment section. Okay? If people are not here to participate regarding the topic that you're discussing, if they're here to have side conversations and stuff like that, you know, more than likely they're not here for the right reason, and you can get rid of them if you want. Now, here's the thing, Lewis. Once we all get to a certain point, and let's say we have 1,000 or 2,000 people on our live streams, it's going to be very hard to moderate that. At that point, it's really not going to matter because the trolls are not going to be able to get the same attention that, you know, they used to think they were getting when, you know, our streams were smaller. So you just have to kind of play it by ear, dude, and do the best you can with what you've got. And most importantly, continue moving forward with your greatness and your message and your purpose. And like I said, eventually down the road, it'll all fall into place with the right people. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good. All right. So let's get right back to let's go back to the browser screen here and let's let's read and see what these people responded to regarding this guy that was dating a woman who was told by her friends to not sabotage the relationship, but to lead her attractive man to believe he's not attractive, so that way he wouldn't go astray on her. When, from the way this guy sounds, he sounded like a good guy that was happy with the relationship he had, and he was very surprised when, you know, he found out that she was purposefully trying to devalue his looks and his masculinity and all of that just because her friends were telling her to do that. It's just, wow. Wow. I mean, whatever happened to something being real and genuine, right? And natural. Man, the relationships nowadays that these young people have, I'm at a loss for words. I'm just going to move forward. All right. Just here observing writes, that's emotional abuse, manipulation to say the least. She's a toxic person, and you're best finding someone that encourages you to love yourself. I don't know if I'd go as far as say it's emotional abuse. I just think it's a stupid game. It is a form of manipulation. Maybe it is complete manipulation, to say the least. That doesn't make sense. Is she a toxic person? I don't know if I'd go as far and say this woman is toxic. I think she's easily convinced and manipulated herself by her own friends. And I think this woman needs to find a new set of friends if they're going to try to control her on how to handle her relationships and lead her to believe something about her man that's not true. I think she has a lot of growing up to do. She's young. She's 24. I think this is going to be a lesson learned to her, especially if this guy ended up dumping her, which I'm assuming he did. I mean, this was 19 days ago. And he has not been able to update us because the moderators on Reddit locked out the thread. So, but yeah, I get it. Let's see. Pretty Pisces 13 wrote exactly this. Also, I think this is a tactic called negging, which is often used by misogynistic pickup artists. If people can tell it is wrong when guys do it, they should also say it is wrong when girls do it too. I agree. I could not agree any more with you on that. I will come out myself and even say that there are times where I've gone on dates with women that I know I am much better looking than they are according to society standards. And it did give me this feeling of power and feeling like I'm going to be more secure and all that. But let me tell you something, folks. Looks, yes, you have to have some physical attraction to get together with someone. But here's the bottom line. When it comes to women nowadays in the modern world, even women that are perceived to be far less better looking than you are as a man, if you don't date them and treat them right and be respectful to them, if they're a good woman, but they're far less attractive physically than you are according to society standards, they will still leave you. So, this is a tactic that probably used to work well, more so during the days of traditionalism, or at least before the third wave of feminism started really taking off in the 90s and early 2000s. But nowadays, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. I see women that are 200 plus pounds dating in shape fit men that that will leave a man that's very attractive because he's not dating her and courting her properly and not treating her right. So it's just interesting what this world's evolved to, especially on the dating scene. That's why stories like these really, really just give me a chuckle, right? Let's see. Wait a minute. It looks like this guy did an update in the comment section. Update, wow. I didn't think this would get a lot of attention because it's not a typical crazy Reddit story or a situation, but thanks everyone. I made a decision to break up. Thank God. Okay, no, I think someone's just responding to it. Okay, I already read that up above. Okay, so wait, he did break up with her. I'm sorry, I'm getting this wrong. He did break up with her. Let's continue to the actual responses. It's just this thread is just set up a little bit of a different way. Okay, here we go. Sequinity 5645ER56RT. Oh, no. She's a very immature adult to be thinking and acting this way. I will agree with that. She's very immature. And she's also insecure, but that's normal to a certain extent for a woman. I think more so she's very easily influenced by her friends. And she feels that if she does not do exactly as her friends tell her to do, that she's not going to have them as friends anymore. But in that case, I would say, are these friends, so to speak, really friends, right? Are they true friends, right? Because true friends would never put you in that position to be more supportive of you than trying to destroy your relationship with this stupidity. When you're in a relationship, you're a team. You should build each other up, not bring each other down. FFS, for fuck's sake. Right. She should be proud to be with you and want you to look your best and not attack your self-esteem in any way. I agree. And that's how it was going for a year, right? Or maybe a little less than a year. They were together for a year before they broke up. Maybe she started doing this month 6, month 7, month 8. Typically, the first 3 months of any relationship is going to be the honeymoon period, right? Where everything's all perfect and all fun and mushy and sweet, and great sex and all that stuff, right? And then after that, that's when you start to see people's true colors, right? So I think, this was probably going well for maybe the first 6 months, and then she started to, really get stronger feelings for him, and she basically tried to not only lock him down, but she tried to keep him locked down from ever changing his mind by trying to devalue his looks and his masculinity. It's just pathetic. It's pathetic. It's just this woman is very immature, and she's hanging out with the wrong friends. But I think she's going to learn a lesson here. Get out. She needs to learn to grow up and stop acting like a school kid in the playground, bitching and being disrespectful behind your back to her little friends. I agree. Couldn't have said it any better myself. Could not have said it any better myself. Let me check out the chat here real quick. Mike S., you are absolutely right, Coach. Hey, Mike. What am I right about? Hey, Johnny, how you doing? You're on the YouTube side of things. How's it going, bro? Were you over on Facebook? Yeah, I'm also simulcasting on Facebook as well, but it's great to see you here on YouTube, Johnny. What's going on, bro? Let me see here. Okay, I just found out you can still add moderators from the chat. I was going to look into that earlier, and you can still do it. Johnny, doing quite well. How are you doing, brother? Got a brand new camera? Hang on. Give me a second here. Okay. Yeah, give me just a second here, folks. All right. Yeah, whenever I go on the air, I've got a lot of communication happening with many women from Bumble and Match.com and other places. And I got to tell you, man, this dating world is unlike anything I've ever seen. Like, women are getting so many messages, and so am I. I'm overwhelmed, too. There are a lot of women that have been communicating with me. I've been communicating with them. They're communicating with lots of other guys. It's like we're all lost in the sea of love. And I've got to do another stream at some point and talk about, how do we filter out the tons of dating prospects through online dating so we don't get overwhelmed and not give anyone a chance. That's what seems to be happening lately. Like, to be honest, it's even become very overwhelming for me as a guy, and I never thought I would say that. So I can only imagine, what the women are going through. See you in Facebook, but click over to see you and comment. Oh, bro, you can comment anywhere you want. That's awesome, Johnny. Thank you for stopping by, bro. Mike S. says, your assessment of feminism versus traditionalism. No, it's true, bro. It's the truth. It's an obvious thing. And most of us red-pilled guys understand this. The problem is there's still a lot of beta males out there that are ruining it for us good guys because it's giving women unlimited options beyond what they bid for and got through feminism, being liberated, equal rights, and all that kind of stuff, right? So, if we can continue to do whatever we can to spread the message for all the betas out there to just man up and stop giving women more options than they deserve, okay, then maybe a change can happen, right? If we just keep pushing a good message of, hey, it's a great thing that men and women are now equal according to, the law and equal rights and all of that. But when it comes to dating, relationships, and marriages, we're biologically different. And, we we need to understand our differences and embrace our differences and be who we are naturally meant to be and made to be, not try to be something we're not. All right, let's continue here with a few more of these messages. Leave her immediately. Well, I think he did that. Peter Skadi T564. This is toxic behavior on so many levels. I don't know if I'd go as far and say it's toxic. I've dealt with worse. I'd say it's very childish and immature. Women are normally and naturally going to have a certain level of insecurities within them. So that's where this partially stems from. But did she take it a bit too far? Sure. Because a woman that really loves a guy is never going to try to intentionally make him feel like crap and tell him that he's ugly when she feels she's very attracted to him just to try to keep him around. It's very immature behavior. It's immature. I wouldn't go as far and say it's toxic. It's just immature. And I would not put up with that. If a woman told me that, I'd be out. I'd be like, okay, if you are not attracted to me, then why are you sleeping with me? Why are you hanging out with me on weekend getaways? Why are we going to nice dinners and holding hands, right? That's what I would do. But see, first of all, I would never date a woman like that because I am so good at screening out women by shit testing them on, through messages, on dating sites, texting, and then even on the phone. I'm good at screening them out. And I'm good at, seeing how they really are on a first date to the point of where I can tell if they're going to be respectful and sweet and kind and loving and feminine or not if I continue with them. That's another thing I want to help guys with is to better pre-qualify your women by, shit testing them because they're doing it to you. And that way you'll know their intentions, before you get too far deep into them, like this guy did, a 1-year relationship. It's a lot of time to invest for a woman like this. If the roles were reversed, you would be labeled an abuser. Absolutely. That's the funny thing. If he did this to her on the flip side, oh my God, it'd be World War IV. Or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. Oh man. She is verbally abusing you for her own selfish gain. Yeah, I can see this could be, a little bit of verbal abuse. I don't think this is really as bad as these guys are making it seem. It's childish behavior is what it is. Because any normal strong man would have cut this off the moment she did it the first time. If I'm dating a woman nowadays and I've been with her for 2 or 3 months and all of a sudden she starts telling me, you're unattractive and, you need to do something about that. I'd be like, excuse me? Okay. When did you start feeling this way? Oh, I felt this way for a while. I just didn't tell you. Well, thanks for letting me know how you feel. I've enjoyed the 3 months being with you, but I don't appreciate your attitude. I didn't sign up for this. I'm going to get going. You take care. Have a good one, right? And you just walk away, right? You walk away. Let her think about it, right? And if she's really into you, she'll call you and apologize. And if she apologizes at that time and you talk with her, this is what you do. Listen, I'll forgive you because I really like what we have. But the next time you treat me this way, I'm walking permanently. This is your one chance I'm going to give you because we've invested 3 months into this. The next time you do this kind of thing, you disrespect me in this way, then I'm walking permanently. You think about it, if I did the same thing to you, how would you feel? You would walk and not even give me the one chance I'm giving you, right? That's how it is. I agree. If she is so insecure to doubt being able to keep you absent, degrading you, then she is not the one for you. You will be reliving old trauma with her. This is really effed up behavior. And it is. It's just stupid. See, these are young guys that are immature and insecure themselves, and they're angry and bitter at the way women are. These guys in the comments are overreacting, but I can understand why they're doing it, right? Because they probably dealt with similar women as this guy has, because that's how women are nowadays in their teens and 20s, and maybe up until their early 30s. The younger women right now, the millennial / Gen Z generation, these women are being raised with a golden spoon. They're like empowered beyond belief. Like they're led to believe that everything about them is golden, including something I won't say to get me demonetized. Okay? I am sorry is not enough to resolve this. Who the F is she to treat you this way? Run fast. Oh, I agree with that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's read a couple more of these before I go off the air here. Audrey HGDRT E321. Let me check out the chat real quick before we continue. It sounds like the classic cycle of dating a narcissist. The three phases of a relationship with the narcissist are idealize, devalue, and discard. Well, yeah, they do that as a weapon to try to keep the guy around. But see, this dude, Johnny, was treating this woman well, and was a dude of integrity, and really liked her, and was surprised and shocked to find out that her friends were telling her to intentionally devalue his looks. Wow. My guess is very true. And my guess furthermore says too many men are afraid to walk away. Well, I wouldn't say they're afraid to walk away. They get used to having an attractive woman around it. Listen, guys, let's just face it. It's not easy to get any woman nowadays. It's not, right? It's easy to get a date. It's not easy to keep them around. They have too many options. And even if you're a good-looking guy and you have a great personality and you go on a date with her, she may have 5 other dates lined up for the rest of the week. And so, and this is a show, I want to do a show on this and really delve deep into it, because I think this dating world, this modern dating world, has become so overwhelming with the amount of options we have, both men and women, that no one wants to settle, right? And if you're a guy like me that wants one person to settle with, and you put yourself out there, and even if these women put on their profiles, I'm looking for just one guy, you reach out to them, they get back to you, oh, you're attractive, let's talk, let's get to know each other. Next thing you know, you try to connect with them by phone. I'm busy for the next week. And then the following week, I'm hanging out with friends. The following week, I'm hanging out with family. And then this and that. Well, if you really like me, you'd find a way to reach out to me and connect sooner, right? What I know about women is this. If a woman is really into you and has a high level of interest and attraction towards you, she'll drop everything. That's how it's always worked for me in the past. Women that have been really into me in the past have wanted to meet me the same exact night that I talked to them by phone the first time after meeting them on a dating site. But now, if you have a phone call with a woman and you try to connect with them and you try to meet with them right away, they'll say, well, can we talk a few more times and this and that? Well, no, I'd like to meet and see where it goes. Well, I would feel more comfortable if we talked a few more times before meeting. That's bullshit. You know what they're doing? They're weighing out their other options. They have a couple other guys that they're already going to meet, and they want to see how that goes. And if that doesn't work out, then they'll come back to you, right? If a woman's really into you, she's going to, when you ask her out on a date, she's going to say yes, and she's going to want to meet you right away. If she has other options that she weighs higher than you, then she's going to, when you ask her out, she's going to try to prolong it or put it off, right? You got to understand that, guys. It's a bloodbath out there nowadays. It really is. And the YouTube server is holding up very steady tonight. It just goes to show, I'll say with 99.9% certainty that the server was overloaded last night. I'm having absolutely zero streaming issues on YouTube and Facebook in very high quality. Let's read a few more before we go off the air. Get your questions in now, folks, because I'll be going off the air probably in about 10 minutes or so. Not to mention, having sex with one of her friends will only make your self-esteem disappear for the night, and then what? You'll need her validation too, and so on, and so on. I wouldn't get involved with any of them. Even if one of her friends came to me after they broke up and said she wanted to go on a date or sleep with me, I wouldn't even respond. I would ignore them. I wouldn't give them the time of day, right? If you want to make a statement as a man, okay, don't let women feel like they can get to you anytime. Okay? You just have to move on with your life, chalk it up to a loss. Hey, you gave it your best shot. You did everything right. You thought she had a good one, but it ended up changing. Okay? Chalk it up to a loss and walk away. And again, if her friends reach out to you trying to get with you because they know that they know that you broke up with her now, I would ignore them. Don't give them the attention they seek. Women love attention. The more attention you give them, the more power you give them, right? And this is not supposed to be a power struggle. This is supposed to be about men and women getting along and having relationships and living a beautiful, harmonious life together. Just a bunch of BS what's happening nowadays. I mean, this is just ridiculous. Let's see. SpecProg50 RE653, whatever this username is on Reddit. You can assess whether they deserve a second chance after you've clearly shown, not said, because they will relapse without action. Your presence isn't for them to take for granted. This woman, the game that she played, pretending to try to kick me down, saying I'm not attractive when I am, I would not even give her a second chance. I would walk away permanently. I would never give this woman a second chance. This is almost as bad as cheating to me, right? For her to just pretend to make you feel like you're ugly just to keep you around, that's, I hate to say it, that is narcissistic, to be honest with you. That's narcissistic behavior. Johnny, you're right about that. Socolary 3465R. She's doing all this because she thinks she could leave her for a hotter girl, while she should concern about you leaving her for someone who actually cares about you and doesn't play with your emotions. I agree. So on one hand, she's trying to manipulate him and by devaluing his looks, so he feels he can't get any better than her and sticks around with her. But at the same time, he figured out she's playing with his emotions, and he would rather be with a woman that doesn't do that. He would rather be with a woman that respects and appreciates him and is not going to play emotional, childish games with him. You're right, man. Let's read a couple more. So this guy's responding to, I know I need to man up and not be emotional, but it hurts. He wrote the same thing I said earlier. Nope. This is a toxic mindset. You are a human with emotions. Trying to repress that is only going to damage your mental health more. You're still being a man, dude. He was still being a man. He wasn't being emotional all the time. He was reacting emotionally to a situation that's called for a man or a woman to be emotional on. This is normal for anyone to be emotional on or about, including men. Take time for yourself and embrace those emotions. Anyone who would tell you to man up is not a friend, and that suggests cutting people out like that from your life if there are any. Yeah, I agree with that. I would never tell any one of my guy friends in this situation to man up. I would say, dude, I'm sorry you went through this. This is ridiculous behavior. It's really sad that some women behave this way nowadays. But dude, you're better than that. You're a good looking dude. You're a good guy. You put yourself out there, you're going to find a much better woman, more attractive physically, mentally, and emotionally, just like that. Don't let it get to you, right? Then he finds a good woman, starts dating her, and what happens? They're on a date, and they both run into his ex, right? And that's when the sweetest revenge happens, right? Without even trying, right? It's not about revenge, but that's what happens. You run into the ex while you're with your new woman. That's better. That's hotter and a better personality. Let me check out the chat real quick here. No streaming issues on YouTube. Really great tonight. Yeah, last night, dude, like I said, last night, I knew it wasn't me. My setup is top of the line. Like, I have fiber 1,000 up, 1,000 down. I use Ethernet, not Wi-Fi. So I plug in directly to the router. I've got a brand new camera. I've got an i9 8-core 16-thread processor, 64 gigs of RAM. You don't need to hear this crap. Like, and Queen Helen Casey, who's not here right now, she's probably sleeping, was trying to tell me last night, is your laptop overheating? Overheating? I just got this thing 2-3 weeks ago. It's a brand new top of the line laptop. Overheating. Yeah, no, it's great, Mike. I get to redeem myself that it was not my equipment. It was the YouTube live streaming server being overloaded. It just goes to show how many people decided to stay in and stream last night instead of go out and have a good time, right? I guess I was one of them, so I shouldn't talk, right? Right. A couple more comments, folks, then we're going to go off the air. It's ya boy. It's ya boy Fatty Dishes. Look at these Reddit names, man. As a dude seconded, it is easy just to push the feelings away and man up, but it will eventually rear its ugly head. Never suppress these feelings. When you go through something like this as a guy, you have the right, the absolute right as a man to let a tear or two out. Let the emotion out. Talk about it with your friends, your family, or people that you know are going to care. Okay? Seriously. Like, a lot of guys nowadays fear like they're going to be considered feminized beta males if they show a little emotion every now and then. Now, if you show emotion 24/7 like a woman does naturally, yeah, then I'll call you a woman myself. But if you go through something like this is normal for any man, no matter how strong you are, to show emotion. If you don't show emotion, like it's ya boy Fatty Dishes, whatever his Reddit username is, says, then, it is going to rear its ugly head. It's going to blow up. You're going to keep it locked in, and it's going to affect you from moving forward. And it's going to affect your attitude towards other people as well. You don't want to get to that point. Deal with, understand your own emotions first, then execute your plan. Best of luck, bro. I think this guy is learning a lifetime of a lesson here. I think this guy, the next time he goes into something, is going to have much more clarity of what to look for, how to pre-qualify a woman, and how to deal with any crap that's thrown his way early on in the relationship. He will never let this happen to him again. I've been through this stuff in my younger days, and I'll tell you, the first time something would happen to me, I would realize it and I would screw up on how to handle it, right? But the next time it would happen with a different woman, I would identify it, right? And then I would call the woman out. And when I would call her out, she didn't expect it, right? And what happened when I would call the woman out? It actually turned her on because I was being a man and standing up to her. A lot of this stuff is a test, right? And who knows? Maybe this woman was testing him. Maybe this woman was shit testing him, right? To see with to see what he would put up with, right? And dude, I hate to say this, the one beta thing regarding this guy is the fact that he put up with, for God knows how long, he didn't mention it, his woman saying he's an ugly guy when he's a good-looking guy. That's beta behavior, bro. I would never, ever put up with that. I would never, ever, ever let any woman I'm dating or taking out to dinner or on romantic weekend getaway trips, spending hundreds of dollars, right? I would never let any woman do that to me one time. The one time she does it, it's date over. I'm taking her home. That's it. I'm not going to put up with that crap. No way. No way. I'd rather be single alone than use my hand all the time. It's not worth it. Let's see. Rosie Pumpkin 3442. Sounds like a woman. Yeah, absolutely. That's some ridiculous toxic masculinity bullshit. Well, I'm not sure what she means. Let's read further. Women want a man to feel things and to care. It is normal to need attention and affection and to feel love for men and women. If you ever find anyone trying to tell you otherwise, you tell them to F right off with their high cortisone levels from holding all that stuff in. So this woman is basically saying that this guy has the right to express some emotion regarding this because anyone, whether you're a man or a woman, would be hurt by this. I agree. All right, Rosie, you're off the hook. That was a good response there. Advanced Spirit. Mike S says Monster RAM. Awesome specs. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I spent over $3,000 on a laptop. This is gonna be my main machine for the next 5 years. I'm not going to have to beef it up. I mean, I use Adobe Premiere Pro to render pre-recorded videos, which I'll be doing more of those later on. Plus, I use Photoshop. And let me tell you, man, the more RAM you have, the better the Adobe suite of products runs. I make my thumbnails through Photoshop. I render my videos through Premiere Pro. And sometimes I use Illustrator and some of the other programs, After Effects and stuff like that. I had to do it. My other laptop was a laptop that my brother gave me, and I beefed it up as best as I could. And it ran pretty good, but it was an 8-year-old laptop with an i7 quad-core, 3.1 gigahertz, 8 threads. And the max RAM I could upgrade in there was 16 gigs. It ran well for a while, but I've been wanting to do this transition for a while. So appreciate it, man. Lewis Ford says, yes, the stream is good. Yeah, it is. It is. We have 15 likes. Thank you. I don't know where they came from, but I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Just a couple more here, folks. Get your questions in because I'll be going off the air in just a few minutes. I'm going to read a few more of these because they're pretty interesting. Advanced Spirit says she's doing all this because, see, these millennials and post-millennials, they leave out words. It should be she's doing all of this. But he writes, she's doing all this because she thinks she could leave her for a hotter girl while she should concern about you leaving her for someone who actually cares about you, doesn't play with your emotions. Okay, I already read that earlier. I think this person's responding to that. Self-fulfilling prophecy at its finest. That's true. That's a good point. That's such a terrible thing to do to someone you supposedly love, written by Barry Blonde. Holy smokes. You'd probably be much better off with someone who actually supports you and isn't actively trying to destroy your self-esteem, so you stay with her. It is a huge red flag in my opinion, and could absolutely get worse if you let this continue. Her not finding any issue with destroying her boyfriend's self-esteem sounds like a pretty big sign that she's a shitty person. Oh, you're telling me. I would have figured this out about this woman after one phone call. That's why, like, I ask a lot of straight up questions on a first phone call with a woman to see the kind of woman she is, to see what's her breaking point. And is she going to be offended by things that she shouldn't be offended by, right? I'm going to teach all of you how to pre-qualify women and men, for you ladies out there that are looking to date men. So that way, you don't have to go through the stuff that these people have gone through. A lot of people have been criticizing me lately saying, Eli, you can't get a date or get a girlfriend. Oh, I can. I could have dated many people, but they would have ended up like this after 2 or 3 or 4 months or a year. And I don't want to put up with that. I want to find someone that's going to be easygoing, and it's just going to flow naturally and be simple from the get-go. I'm not going to sit there and, how do I say this the right way? I'm not going to settle for anything less than a decent person. I'm not a picky person, but I'm not going to settle for someone that is not going to be sweet and kind and loving and nurturing and respectful in the same ways they would want it from me to them. Big props to your friend who showed you the chat, though. She absolutely did the right thing in letting you know. That's good. Kari Chia. Leave her, but tell her it's because you think you're too good looking for her. No, don't do that. That's immature. You don't tit for tat, this for that. No, that's immature. Leave her, but tell her it's because you think you're too good looking for her. No, just walk away and ignore her and never look back. That's the best statement you could make. The quickest way to make impact on somebody and get their attention is to remove yours. Like Coach Corey Wayne says, remove your attention. Move on. Be strong about it. That's what's going to make the biggest impact. And you want nothing to do with her, even if she wants you back, because I would never want to put up with somebody that pretended to say I'm an ugly guy to try to keep me around. I will never trust a woman like that again. She betrayed his trust. All right. That's all I'm going to read here, folks. I'm actually going to share this in the YouTube description section and over on Facebook as well. If you just give me 1 second here, let me edit this while I'm live on the air. Let me see here. It's going to be under source. If you want to go and check out the rest of the comments, there's a lot of them, and it's pretty interesting. So I just saved it, and it is, if you refresh or wait for the replay, you're going to see the link in the description of the YouTube site, and I posted it in the comments section of Facebook. All right, folks. There aren't any other questions left. We are at 1 hour and 28 minutes. I want to thank you all for being here tonight. I'm very happy and pleased with how the day went. A great stream earlier from the San Francisco Bay Trail. If you need some more content and you didn't get a chance to watch me live earlier, you can check that out. It was about an hour, almost an hour and a half long as well. And the live streaming server was beautiful on Facebook and YouTube tonight. It's a great day. Folks, tomorrow is Monday, or it's actually Monday right now. It is 3:17 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 12:17 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time here in my neck of the woods, the San Francisco Bay Area. It is Monday. It's the start of a new week. Let's start off the new week the best way possible together, folks. Have yourselves a great night, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Whoa, let's go back to full screen before we do that. Now we can wrap up the show. Take care. Bye. Bye.